Hi, this is Brian. Welcome back to another Areté plus 1 degree micro chapter from my new book, Areté, Activate Your Heroic Potential. We're on about chapter number 10, micro chapter number 10 of 451. Micro chapter ideas that I hope will help move you from theory to practice to mastery. Then we're going to look at some of my other favorites in the 7 objectives. But today's micro chapter is the 7 objectives to activate your heroic potential. As I say in the book, all that's nice and warm and fuzzy, huh? And it begs the question, how are we going to activate your heroic potential? Now, before we get into the details, I'd like to step back for a moment and tell you a little bit about me. As I briefly mentioned, I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Heroic Public Benefit Corporation. Our mission is to help create a world in which 51% of humanity is flourishing by the year 2051. I've spent half of the last 25 years as a founder CEO and the other half as a philosopher. As a founder CEO, I've raised over $25 million, made crowdfunding history, and built and sold 2 social platforms. As a philosopher and teacher, I've helped millions of people from around the world and created an app and a protocol that have been scientifically shown to change lives. Now, you may be wondering, what is heroic? My friend and mentor John Mackey, the co-founder and former CEO of Whole Foods, put it succinctly when he graciously said, and I quote, that heroic is the best self-development platform in the world. Now, we've been fortunate to serve some of the most elite performers in the world, including best-selling authors, Fortune 100 executives, military officers, athletes, and coaches. We've also trained over 10,000 people from 100 plus countries with our Heroic Coach certification program. With the basic training program in our Heroic app and the Mastery series that is the foundation of our 300-day Heroic Coach program, we integrate ancient wisdom, modern science, and practical tools into 7 objectives. Now, this book features 451 potentially life-changing ideas that are loosely organized into the 7 objectives that are the foundation of our protocols that have been scientifically shown to change lives. Let's take a quick look at how we frame the 7 objectives when we're training our heroes in the app and training coaches going through our certification program. Objective 1, know the ultimate game. The first thing we need to do is step back and make sure we're playing the right game. Fact is, in such a profoundly sick society, we almost certainly aren't. We'll invite the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle and leading positive psychologist Martin Seligman to the party as proxies for ancient wisdom and modern science, and ask them about the ultimate meaning of life. We'll save the details for our discussion in a moment, but know this, they'll give us the exact same single-word answer. By the end of our first objective, you'll know the ultimate game you want to be playing and how to play it well. If your experience is like the thousands of people I've personally trained, this may be life-changing. Objective 2, forge anti-fragile confidence. Once we've established the ultimate game we're playing, it's time to learn how to play it well, which leads us to our second objective. We're going to forge anti-fragile confidence. By the time we're done working together, we'll move from being fragile to resilient to anti-fragile, such that the more life kicks us around, the stronger we get. And that requires confidence, which leads us to another etymological pop quiz. Do you happen to know what the word confidence literally means? It means intense trust. Not that everything will go perfectly in your life, but that it doesn't matter how things go because you have what it takes to deal with whatever arises. That's anti-fragile confidence. Cultivating even 10% of your capacity here will change your life. How do we build intense trust in ourselves? The same way we build trust in any relationship, we do what we say we will do. And more specifically for our purposes, with the Heroic app, we help you develop a protocol, a set of behaviors that you engage in on a day-to-day basis that keep you plugged into that best version of yourself. But here's the secret sauce. We're going to help you write a new algorithm for your life. It goes like this. The worse you feel, the more committed you are to your protocol. What do most people do when they feel a little off or overwhelmed? They stop doing the very things that would have kept them plugged in and capable of showing up powerfully. Not us. The worse we feel, the more committed we are to our protocols. This is your ticket to invincibility. You'll still have ups and downs because you're human, but your highs will be higher and your lows will be higher, and that's heroically awesome. Objective 3. Optimize your big 3. Once we've established the game we're playing and learn rule number 1 on how to play it well, it's time to simplify self-development. That's what we'll do with our third objective as we optimize what we call your big 3: energy, work, and love. As you've almost certainly experienced, if you've spent any time in the self-development world, it can very quickly get very overwhelming. There's so much we can work on. Where do we begin? Well, Freud tells us that a good life comes down to 2 things: work and love. Now, this is one of the few things on which I agree with the dear doctor. But if your energy is suboptimal because of poor lifestyle choices, you're going to have a really hard time showing up powerfully in either your work or your love. Enter the big 3: energy, work, and love. We're going to systematically help you get more energized than you've ever been, such that you can be more productive and do higher quality work than you've ever done, and at the same time, be more loving and connected to yourself and to your loved ones than you've ever been in your life. That's how to simplify self-development, so you can more consistently show up as the best, most heroic version of yourself. Objective 4. Make today a masterpiece. From there, it's time to get the fact that today's the day to move from theory to practice to mastery. We're going to help you become a master at creating masterpiece days. We'll start with your AM and PM bookends, and we'll teach you the fact that, somewhat paradoxically, a great day begins with the end of your prior day. We'll talk about the simple, key behavioral changes that can literally change your life overnight. And then we'll systematically install the highest leverage behavioral changes that will help you show up powerfully in your energy, your work, and your love all day, every day. And that, my heroic friend, is how we're going to help you become more energized, productive, and connected than you've ever been. Objective 5. Master yourself. All of which leads us to our 5th objective, in which we'll master the 3 disciplines of self-mastery: structural discipline, reactive discipline, and expansive discipline. We'll also tap into the art and science of behavioral change, so you can become a master at installing and deleting the behaviors that will help you become who you aspire to be. The number one thing to know: it's all about using your willpower wisely to install habits that run on autopilot via algorithms. If you feel so inspired, now might be a good time to pause for a moment and ask yourself, what's the one thing I know I could be doing that, if I started doing it today, would most change my life? Seriously, what is it? What's the one thing that you could be doing that, if you started doing it consistently, would most positively change your life? Fantastic. Imagine your life with that habit installed. Then imagine your life with your number 1 bad habit deleted. Then imagine having so much self-mastery that you can install and delete habits at will. That's what our 5th objective is all about. Objective 6. Dominate the fundamentals. From there, it's time for our 6th objective. It's time to dominate our fundies. We have 7: eating, moving, sleeping, breathing, focusing, celebrating, and prospering. Each fundamental has a core set of behaviors that will train together. Why does this matter? Well, if you want to see how tall a building is going to be, look at how deeply they're digging the foundation. We need to really get the fact that greatness and becoming the best, most heroic version of ourselves is all about consistency on the fundamentals. We'll have a ton of momentum when we get to this point. And again, if you're like the thousands of people I've trained, you'll find that you're suddenly able to easily change some key behaviors across each of your fundamentals. Stuff you may have been struggling with for years. This is exciting, life-changing, and incredibly empowering. Objective 7, activate your superpower. All of that leads us to our final objective. It's time to activate your superpower. I call it Soul Force. Gandhi named it. Martin Luther King Jr. talked about it in his I Have a Dream speech. It's the force that changes the world. It's also the one thing that all of your heroes have in common. And it's the one thing we all have in common with our heroes as well. We just need to activate it. There's a formula for it. We'll dive into the details soon. For now, know this. When you can get your energy focused on what's important now consistently, you will activate your heroic potential and tap into the infinite power of Soul Force as you win the ultimate game of life and fulfill your destiny. I can't begin to tell you how fiercely committed I am to helping you do exactly that. Why? Because that's precisely how we're going to help you activate your heroic potential. And that's precisely how we can change the world. One person at a time, together, starting with you and me today. I hope you enjoyed that Areté +1 degree from my new book, Areté, Activate Your Heroic Potential. The book will be shipped on November 14th, right before Black Friday, in time to make it the perfect holiday gift, perhaps. I wanted to let you know that we have some special giveaways if you think you might like to pre-order the book, and even more goodies if you think you might want to give the book away this holiday season. Here's the deal. Pre-order 1 copy and get a free advanced reader copy of the ebook today. Pre-order 3 copies and get a free advanced copy of the ebook and the audiobook and a limited edition Areté coin that we'll send to you. Pre-order 10 copies of the book, bless you, and get all of that plus an autographed advanced hardcover reader copy sent to you immediately inside the fancy Areté VIP box, which is packed with other goodies, including this Areté t-shirt, a heroic t-shirt, and 10 free annual heroic memberships for your gift recipients. You'll be able to give them a book and a year's worth of heroic for free. If you pre-order 25 copies, you'll get all that plus a free ticket to our launch event party in Austin, November 10th through 12th, and you'll get a personal voice memo, thank you, and a high five from me. If you're feeling inspired to order over 50 copies of the book, we've been blessed to have a lot of CEOs and corporations do that. We'll give you a huge discount. Just let us know. All of this you can learn more about at heroic.us/book. Heroic.us/book. Of course, you can order the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, independent bookstores. We'll be everywhere you can buy a book, Hudson's, airport, stores, etc. And let us know, of course, when you've done that and purchased a copy, or 3, or 10, or more, if you feel inspired to do so, at heroic.us/book. I appreciate you, and I hope you love the book. I'm super excited about it, super proud of it, and I hope it helps you and your families transform your lives.